Alright, I'm putting some final finish on this, and I'm just using a friction rub. I did a couple coats of CA glue as a sanding sealer, and sanded almost all that off. That was really just to fill any of the end grain, or not end grain, but any of the pores and some of the end grain in the solid pieces, and that worked really well. And now I'm putting on a couple coats of friction rub polish using boiled linseed oil, shellac, and denatured alcohol, equal parts. But I'm putting it, the denatured and shellac go on my rag, and then I just add an equal, almost equal third of linseed oil to that mixture. I don't actually put the linseed oil in the mix, I add that. And it seems like, I don't know, for some reason I kind of like the way that works better than mixing it all together. So anyway, let's stop that. I think you can see just how striking this piece has become. It is amazingly glossy and beautiful, and this lid, I don't want to push it in there right now because it's going to be a fairly tight fit, and then I'll adjust the opening slightly if I need to. But there you have it. The piece is almost finished. I'm going to go into making the finial next. I have already finished the inside. I just polished that up. I'll probably do a little more buffing on that, but it's just beautiful inside as well. I'll try to get a shot of that, as a matter of fact, right now. Okay, so here's the inside. And hopefully you can see how nice it's looking down inside of there too. Okay. Sorry about that. I lost my battery power. Just doing a little bit of finishing inside here. And like I was saying, when I think the battery ran out, I don't come out too far. I don't try to come out of the hole because I have a chance for twisting my wrist in that situation. And I don't put my hand with my ring finger inside of here either. I'm getting static electricity from it spinning like that on my hairs. Alright. Sweet. So it's actually creating an electrical charge inside of that vessel, which is pretty interesting as it's spinning. It means there's some toroidal energy in there while that's spinning. Last little buffing here on the outer edge, so to heat it up, burnish it in. Alright. And I'll take some stills of this piece when I'm done. I'm going to start working on the finial next. Wow, it really feels, I wish you could touch it and feel it. It just feels so beautiful right now. Very nice piece. Alright, so I went ahead and started this finial. I forgot I hadn't turned my camera on, but anyway, I trued up this blank, which was about a 7/8 by 7/8 inch piece of ebony. And what I'm going to be doing now is I just pencil rodded this down, and I'm going to be using my skew chisel and a couple other gouges, spindle gouges and stuff, in order to refine the shapes on this. Always remember, safety is of the utmost. You want to continue turning. I'm turning real fast right now. I'm turning up around, I'm going to go down, I was turning a little quicker. I'm going to go down to 2700 RPM. Rubbing my bevel. And stabilizing the piece. I can hear it start trying to chatter. Okay, there we go. Alright. So got it penciled down to about what I want right there. And now what I want to do is identify a spot that I'm going to be coming back in somewhere around there. And I'm going to be doing that using my spindle gouge. I'm using my spindle gouge and my skew to refine and shape the tip of this finial. Okay, a little closer shot here. So now what I want to do is I'm going to come in here and minimize some of that, like that. Okay, and now coming back down here. Just trying to make this a little bit smaller. So here it is. I've got some more refinements made to this, and I'm just kind of removing a little bit of material from right here. Alright, so now I've got a nice shape here. I was running out of space on my card. So anyway, I have this refined now. I'm going to look at exactly how long I want to make it, and then make some marks, and I'll check right back in with you. I'm going to be removing some more material. I want to make another sort of little detail like this somewhere down in here, but slightly larger, kind of coming down and then moving back in a little bit with a curve. Alright, so I'm just being extremely careful right now, sanding without too much pressure. But I think that's it at that level of grit. I'm going to go up now to 400 grit, and then this will be ready for some finish, and I'll check back in with you as I go to apply some finish. Alright then, so now I have it sanded up to 800 grit. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take and apply some Yorkshire grit on a small rag here. And I'm going to go about just polishing it up with the Yorkshire grit slightly and very carefully. Okay, so here's the finial finished, and I think it's turning out really nice. Let's see if I can get a little better front light on this. Anyway, I think it's turning out really nice. Let me put on autofocus there for a second, see if we get a better focus on it. Okay, so it's looking perfect. Now all I need to do is size this. So I'm going to take some measurements and then I'll size this and glue it in, and I'll get some photos of the finished piece. Alright, so here's the finial on the lid, and it's looking really pretty. I'm going to let it cure up here, and then I will introduce it to the hollow form urn, and hopefully they will like each other. This is signifying 1, 2, 3 teardrops forming another teardrop that's more of an egg-shaped teardrop. So they're falling teardrops being caught by this reflection pond of teardrops in
the urn danced with joy to be free from delays.
So there you have it. The lid is now complete. I feel really good about it. I think it's going to look beautiful on the piece, and real soon they shall be joined together. Alright, so I have the piece finished off. Now what I'm going to be doing is working to start parting this piece off of here. So in order to do that, I want to come up with a block that's going to pressurize with just a tiny bit of pressure here. As you can see, I have a pressure block with some foam here supporting this rim, and that'll just help keep this from wobbling around. What I'm going to do, I'm going to back the pressure off a bit. I don't need that much pressure. And then locking my quill, and now I'll get my safety gear on and do a little parting on this. Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm gonna part this off. The gentleman that I'm making it for is going to be coming by here, Mr. Tom Oliver, and he's going to take a look at it. So I think what I'm going to do is, before I part it off, I'm going to let him see it here, and that way he'll be able to take a look at it, evaluate it, and then I'll go about parting it off. But there it is. Alright, so now I've got everything to a point where I like it. Everything looks and feels really good, and I'm just going to define. I've got my tailstock brought up. I know you can't see it right now, but I've got it brought up with the foam pad and a backer block. So what I'm going to do here is come in, and remove a little bit of this for my wider parting tool. That way I can get a nice crisp edge right there. Bring a little more light over too. See how that does. That's a little better. Good. Now, way over here. Okay, so I'm going to continue parting this piece now. Alright, so I've got my big saw over here, my push cut. Alright, so I have this piece turned around, spinning down at 600 RPM, as suggested, no higher than 600 on your Longworth jobs. So I have a little tiny bit of a wobble down here, but I'm not too worried about it, since all I'm doing now is making a recess in the bottom of this that's about 2 1/4 inches. Light passes. Okay, I just got some finish on the bottom and turned it down to a little nub, which is now gone. And so I'm going to move my tailstock out of the way. And then what I can do is come in here and sand that piece off. And then this will be done there. I'm not even going to finish that last little dot there because a brass plaque will be going inside of this. So anyway, just wanted to show you that last little bit. I thought I was finished, but really wanted to show you that. Now I'm just going to use some sandpaper. First, probably take a knife or a chisel and just knock some of that off and then sand it flat. Alright, there it is, the finished piece. Everything turned out really nice, and just wanted to share with you a little image of it spinning around out here in the sun. Sorry about the herky-jerky camera, but my tripod is not a very fluid tripod. So anyway, there you have it, finished piece.